What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales-related video. So, the Tales summer stream happened this morning, which was mostly focused on Tales of Arise, but I'll just quickly talk about everything that was shown there. So, as we already expected, because, they posted and tweeted about it multiple times, this was going to be the official reveal for the Tales of Arise opening, which, as you can see right in front of you, I'm not going to be playing the audio or anything. We're not going to, watch it together, just because, copyright reasons. But I will post the link to the opening down below, and you can go ahead and watch it yourself. But we will probably, kind of skim through, look at some of the shots here, see what we can glean lore-wise from the story. But we'll do that in a minute. At first, I want to kind of go over the stuff that was revealed there. So, before I get into the Arise stuff, since this will mostly be Arise related, let's talk about the other stuff. They did mention that already they are working on implementing the Tales of Arise cast into Asteria, Crestoria, and Rays. So, development on those characters, probably starting with Alphen and Gion, I would imagine, is already in the works, which probably means, either, the month of release of the game or soon after we will probably see these characters. I think Crestoria and Asteria before Rays, because the thing with Rays is, whenever a character gets implemented, they have a story reason for being implemented. If someone comes on a story chapter, they're usually, if they're on the banner for the story, they're usually in the chapter. And then if they're on a banner for an event, they're usually in the event. And because Arise is a brand new Tales game, I'm assuming they don't want to spoil us that easily. So I can see Rays taking a little bit longer. Whereas with Crestoria, for example, and Asteria, but I'm mostly focusing on Crestoria because it's the only English Tales mobile game we have. They release banners all the time that have nothing to do with story, so they could literally, September, let's say September 15th. Let's give it roughly a week. September 15th, they drop a banner with Alphen and Gion, just Tales of Arise celebration banner. Their arts we've already seen in trailers up to this point. We know what their first Mystic arts look like, so the Mystic arts are not going to be a spoiler. And then they can just take, a handful of their arts. It really wouldn't spoil much of anything. So, I think that would definitely be something we could see. So they are working on implementing that, so there's that. Also, one more thing on the mobile game side. They did mention that the Tales of Crestoria anniversary would have its own live stream, so they didn't really reveal anything about the anniversary here besides the fact that it is going to have a live stream. And then they said that the official social medias will be posting about the date and stuff like that at a later time. So as of recording this video, we do not know the date for the Crestoria anniversary live stream, but I'm presuming it'll probably be sometime next week. So right now it is Monday the 5th. So I'm guessing anywhere between the 12th to the, it would have to be, next week at the latest, because, the end of next week would be like the 16th or 7th. Well, actually, next Friday is the 16th, which is when the anniversary itself is supposed to start. So I would think by next Monday, unless they want to do it, I think on the 6-month anniversary, they actually had it. It was not even 2 days before. So if the anniversary starts next Friday, they could totally have the stream on Tuesday or Wednesday. But I think next week is probably a safe bet. Maybe next Monday, but we'll have to see when that kind of happens. And of course, when they actually post the stuff, I'll make a separate video on that, talking about the stream and everything. So that's pretty much it for that stuff. They talked about Tales of Festival stuff. There's going to be a Blu-ray for Tales of Festival 2020 that people are going to be able to buy. But besides that, I think other than that, the rest of it was kind of Arise stuff. But even with that, there wasn't a ton of new Arise stuff. It was a lot of, they had a few of the voice actors, the Japanese ones on the stream kind of talking about it. They had Alphen's Japanese voice actor playing the Arise demo, which we've seen, before. And then, of course, they talked... So the group... I actually have to go to the comments here because I keep forgetting the name. The group that is singing the opening is Kankaku Piero, which they are known for doing the 1st and 6th openings for Black Clover. I don't know if that's what they're most known for, but that's what I know them for. You know, when I watched the opening, I was like, this sounds really familiar. So they are, you know, they have been involved with the Black Clover openings. So at first, the song didn't really grab me, but it's growing on me the more I watch the opening. You know, it just felt very different than, I guess, what we're used to for Tales. And then even the visuals, it's very interesting because a lot of people were saying like, oh, this doesn't even look like UFO Table, which if you didn't know, UFO Table has been doing the Tales animation since the first Zillia. And then, of course, they were also involved in the later parts of the Symphonia OVA. But, you know, I obviously have it muted, but I guess we can play the visuals a little bit. It has a much more stylized, kind of like old school anime look to it, but it is still UFO Table. So we'll go through some of this stuff. So like right here, you know, it seems like there's something with like visions or like something that Xion is seeing there. Maybe something she's going to cause in the future. Maybe she doesn't have control over. Or it could just have to do with how she doesn't have control over her powers and she just hurts people around her. This is obviously Alphen's, I guess, village. We don't really know too much, obviously, because, you know, we don't know too much about the game. But I assume it's, you know, where he was kind of growing up. We got Dohalim right there. We got Kisara right here, which Dohalim and Kisara most likely, along with Xion, are from, you know, the other planet. We got Rinwell. We got Law, who looks like he's, I don't know, he's like in the snowy area on the ground kind of screaming at this building. I don't know, maybe someone died. Maybe he lost something important. But there's definitely going to be some drama there. Now, this is the big thing I want to talk about here. So, we know that this red one right here, this red orb, is what Xion uses to give Alphen his fire sword. So, what this kind of is making me think, and I mentioned this in previous videos, are they going to collect all 5 of these elements? So what is it? So this is fire, light, wind, water, and earth, I would assume. It doesn't look like there's going to be a dark one, but if this is the case, does that mean Gion's going to be able to use all these other ones? Maybe Alphen can get, you know, his sword to use wind, use water, earth power, and light. I think that'd be really, really cool. Unless she's able to just give it to, like, the different party members. But as you can see here, so she has the, you know, it's right in front of her chest. She has the like, fire orb, and then Alphen just pulls the sword out of it. So I do wonder if Alphen's gonna have, you know, different swords. You know, maybe just early on we're just seeing the fire one, but I guess we'll have to see. Get to see some animation of them in battle, which is pretty cool. Definitely a more, so I'm not, you know, every Tales game I've played, I've loved. I've had fun, you know, I've had my gripes, I've had fun, but what I really like about this group is that it has a sense of, family. And, you know, a lot of Tales games do have that, but there was just something about Berseria, you know, maybe it was just, you know, the theme that, you know, there weren't a lot of times, you know, at least in the first half of the game where you felt like there was like a sense of family. It was really more towards the second half, you know, once Velvet started to really start opening up. But it really seems like with Alphen as a main character, he seems kind of, I don't know if I'd say goofy, but it seems like most of the characters in the party, besides Xion, because I think Xion's, you know, being very reserved probably early on, emotions-wise, it seems like the rest of the party is pretty, you know, open, pretty happy. So it does feel like this game is going to have a sense of family. I'm not saying, you know, that Berseria was a bad game because of it. I'm just saying it was a different kind of take on things than we're usually used to. I mean, even with, you know, if we're just kind of talking about anti-heroes, if we go back to Yuri and Vesperia, you know, a lot of the times he was kind of pretty reserved on, you know, showing his emotions, how he felt about stuff. You know, he was just kind of like, all right, this is what we're doing, let's get it done, type stuff. But he was also kind of more of a jokester as well. Okay, so we get more action scenes. Very, very cool. Of the different kind of monsters we're going to be fighting. So, What we're going to see next are, I call them sub-villains. You know, if you want to compare it to something, you know, how, like in Zillia, Gaius had his generals, or Abyss, you know, there were the god generals, or, you know, characters in Vesperia, you know, like Jaeger or Zagi. It's those kind of characters. So we have this girl right here, which looks like she has like a pet bat dragon thing. By her staff, she looks like she's going to be a mage character. Then we got this guy who, I don't know, he's got a sword, but he's also got this kind of like electrical magic thing around him, so that'll be interesting. And then this guy we've obviously seen before that wants to kill Alphen or fight him for some reason. So we get some animated shots of this as well, so very, very cool. I really do wonder what his connection to Alphen is, since he seems to, you know more about Alphen than Alphen knows about himself. And then you get this final shot of everyone kind of, you know, looking forward. The typical anime opening, and then it pans up to the sky where we do see, you know, the other planet. So very, very cool. Tales of Arise comes out in Japan on the 9th, and for us in the West on the 10th. It's only 1 day difference. So not a big deal there, and it's obviously coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, and Steam. Switch is obviously the only console being left out, but I don't think, you know, even Vesperia Definitive Edition has some, you know, frame issues running on the Switch, so I can't even imagine how this game would do on the Switch. So I think it's probably, but it might come out later, like maybe, you know, a lot of times, you know, especially Bandai games, they come out on everything, and then the Switch gets it like 6 months to, you know, 8 months later. So I'm not going to say it won't ever come to the Switch, but for right now, it's probably best that it's not. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what was covered over the stream, everything we've kind of talked about right here. Like I said, when the Crestoria anniversary date is confirmed, I'll make a video on that, and then I guess a couple more things to say. If they do release I've mentioned this before, if they release a public demo for Arise, like the demo we've seen everyone playing, if that becomes public, I don't know if I'm going to play it. If I do play it, I mean, I'd probably make a video on it, but if it's like a demo, if it's not the same demo we've already seen where it's just like gameplay, I probably won't play it. Like if it's the first like 20 minutes of the game, I'm probably going to hold off and wait to play it until the game actually comes out, because obviously I'm going to be doing a full playthrough on the channel where we play through the game in Japanese. Originally, I was going to let it be decided to a vote, but this is just such a good cast, I have to play it in Japanese. I'm sure the English cast is good too, but, you know, these are actors I know very well. You know, obviously, Law's actor is Matsuoka, who voices Kirito and Bell, and I guess more recently stuff I watched, Inosuke, and then Alphen's voice actor voices Toshiki Kai in Card Fight, which I know very, very well as well. So I just have a lot more investment in the Japanese cast than I do the English one. Although it is really cool that the English voice actor for Alphen is Noctis, and then you've got, ironically as well, the voice of Asbel is Law, which is also the English voice of Kirito, so that's kind of ironic. But, yeah, so I'll be doing a full playthrough, so if the demo is like a story-based demo where it's like, oh, you can play the first 20 minutes of the game, but then it carries over to the full game, I probably won't do that because it'll be weird kind of splitting things apart, so I'd probably just wait. But if it's the exact same demo that we saw, people upload and stuff like that, I will probably make a video on that of playing through it, because it won't have any kind of story relation. But I guess we'll have to see what kind of happens. So we are 2 months and 5 days away from the release. I'm very excited to play it, very excited to do a full playthrough. I will try to finish my Zillia playthrough. I know I've taken quite a break from it. Just with so much news and stuff going on, I haven't really had time to kind of sit down and record a Zillia playthrough. But I will try to get that playthrough done before Arise comes out, so we can finish that up and then play Arise. And then after Arise, we'll get back to, all the other Tales games I need to play on the channel. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you're excited for Tales of Arise. Let me know how you like the opening and the song. And the only thing left we have to see for Tales of Arise is what are the skits going to look like. They've confirmed multiple times that skits will be in the game, so now we just have to wait to see what they end up looking like. I mean, if they look like Berseria, I mean, that's fine. You know, full body skits are fine, but I do hope they keep the anime models for the skits, so we'll have to see. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.